In 2026, tech companies stopped trusting their own coding interviews. CodeSignal flagged cheating on 35% of assessments in 2025, more than double the year before. This is how 17 top tech companies actually interview right now, using only what they publish and what named sources say on the record. In Interviewin.io's 2025 survey, 81% of FANG interviewers suspected a candidate of using AI, and 75% believed AI was letting weaker candidates pass. Yet 0 of 52 FANG respondents said their company dropped algorithmic coding. Half expected a partial return to in-person interviews instead. Almost nobody will tell you the AI rules either. Nvidia puts it in writing. Unapproved outside tools like ChatGPT mean disqualification. Reported accounts say Anthropic prohibits AI help in live rounds too. The other 15 have no published policy, so ask your recruiter. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and Apple all funnel a phone screen into an on-site loop. The difference is who decides. At Amazon, that's the bar raiser, a trained interviewer outside your team who runs the debrief. Your 4 to 5 on-site interviewers each grade assigned leadership principles against a published bar of better than half of current employees in similar roles. Google's loop keeps going after your last interview. Recruiter screen, 1 or 2 phone screens, an on-site of 4 to 5 interviews scored on 4 attributes including Googliness. Then your interviewers write a packet, a hiring committee that never met you decides, and you still need a team match. Google's own FAQ says 6 to 8 weeks. Meta sets your level inside the loop. A 45-minute coding screen with 2 problems. Then, 4 to 5 on-site rounds. Usually 2 coding, 1 or 2 design, and a behavioral round nicknamed Jedi. A cross-functional hiring committee decides, and your performance sets where you land on the E-ladder. Microsoft's own number is lower than PrepSite's claim. It describes 2 to 4 conversations, each up to an hour, graded on 6 published competencies. The fixed 5-round loops you'll read elsewhere aren't company-sourced. The final round is with a senior interviewer, long known inside Microsoft as the as-appropriate interview. Apple publishes almost nothing, but the decider is clear. A recruiter screen, a hiring manager call, then 3 to 5 on-site rounds. No committee. Your hiring manager decides in a company run by experts leading experts, so the conversation with your future manager counts more than any single technical round. The AI labs run heavier loops with stricter rules. OpenAI runs a recruiter screen, 1 or 2 technical screens, then a virtual on-site of 4 to 5 rounds over 4 to 6 hours. The signature is a 45-minute presentation of your own past project, with rapid follow-ups. In one beta round, agentic coding, using AI is actually allowed. Anthropic makes you build from scratch. Its assessment gets harder level by level, and you have to pass every hidden test to unlock the next stage. Then a hiring manager conversation, and an on-site of 4 to 5 sessions. 2 coding rounds, system design, and a values round that drives real rejections. Nvidia publishes rules instead of rounds. There's no fixed loop by its own account, but 3 things are in writing. An in-person on-site is required before an offer. Unapproved AI tools mean disqualification. Sessions run 30 to 60 minutes, and from its latest filing, over 40% of new hires arrived through referrals. SpaceX filters before the loop starts. Export control means you'll generally need U.S. citizenship or permanent residency. Then a hiring manager call, an asynchronous coding assessment, of about 3 hours inside a 2-week window, and a multi-hour on-site built around a project presentation. You may be asked to propose several projects ahead of time, and the panel picks which one you defend. The product companies each hang their loop on a signature round. Stripes is the bug squash, a real historical bug in an open-source project, fixed in your own language and environment. Stripe also publishes its communication rubric, where the top band backs general claims with specific details. Uber publishes more detail than anyone, down to the minutes. A 30-minute recruiter call, a 30-minute hiring manager chat, a role-specific exercise, then 4 team sessions of 30 to 60 minutes. The decision is a panel debrief with the recruiter. No single gatekeeper, and no Uber page mentions a bar raiser. That term belongs to Amazon. Salesforce tells you exactly how code gets graded in order. Does it run and meet the spec? Then design technique. Then how it handles volume. Then readability. Running your tests doesn't count against you. The engineering on-site is 3 interviews with engineers plus a lunch interview with the hiring manager. Robinhood runs 2 separate system design rounds in one on-site, breadth and depth, and every engineering role gets design. The on-site lasts about 5 hours, coding is graded correctness first, and a hiring committee decides from written feedback before team matching starts. Expect roughly 4 to 6 weeks. Bloomberg's signature catches strong coders off guard. A code review round. A couple hundred lines of deliberately buggy code, and your job is finding what's wrong. Around it, sick coding rounds that probe C+ deeply, system design for senior candidates, and a behavioral with an engineering manager. About 3 to 7 weeks end to end. Netflix, Airbnb, and Tesla publish almost nothing about their loops, and knowing that protects you from confident bad advice. Netflix documents its culture exhaustively. 8 values, a memo it spent 12 months rewriting, and an invitation to disagree with it. The loop itself is barely documented. The only first-party account for experienced engineers is a 2022 engineering blog post. Nearly everything written about Airbnb, including the famous values interview with VO Power, traces to one Medium post from October 2019, describing a smaller company. Airbnb's own careers page covers the process in 3 sentences. Tesla publishes 5 named questions and 1 striking instruction. Its interviewers may value a compelling thought process over a correct answer, and some questions are vague on purpose. Strip away the branding, and every company that publishes anything asks for the same behavior. Uber says ask questions before you build. Salesforce says narrate your decisions. Tesla says thought process over correct answers. Stripe rewards specifics behind general claims. 5 structurally different companies, 1 skill. Think out loud, ask before assuming, stay specific under follow-up. And who decides varies more than what they ask. When a committee that never met you reads a packet, like at Google or Meta, your real audience is your interviewer's notes, so make them easy to write. When one manager decides, like at Apple, that conversation is the interview. Prep for the decider, and you're prepping the real loop. You'll learn more from one recruiter email than from every prep site combined. Ask 5 questions before your first round. What are the stages? How long is each? Who is in the room? Virtual or in person? And what's the AI policy? Recruiters answer readily, and their answers are current in a way no article can be. Then rehearse the loop you're actually facing out loud. Question banks cover the mechanics. Coding platforms drill the technical rounds, and voice mock interview tools, 4Leaf is one of them. Let you practice a specific company's rounds by speaking, closing the gap between knowing an answer and delivering it under pressure. The full breakdown of all 17 companies with every source linked is in the description. Practice the loop you're facing at 4-leaf.ai.